Hi everyone, my name is Leslie Bonci. I am a registered dietitian. I am a sports dietitian and the sports dietitian for the Kansas City Chiefs. Today we are talking about fluid, and when I say that, I'm going to tell everybody hydration does not take a vacation. You need to think about this each and every day. The reason that hydration is so critically important, it has an impact on how strong we are, how fast we are, how much energy we have. It also helps us to digest the foods that we eat. It helps us to regulate our internal temperature and also has a role to play in terms of decreasing the risk of injury. So let me say it again. Fluid, fluid, fluid. We have to have enough consistently over the day. Now, you just heard me use the word fluid. And why did I use that word instead of just water? Because there's a lot of different things that are fluid. So sure, you can have a glass of water. That's absolutely fine. But look at all the other ways that you can get your fluid needs met for the day. We could do a smoothie. We can do a sport drink when it is appropriate to do so. We can do milk. We could do a lemonade. We could do apple juice. Some of you may drink coffee or tea. Those are fluids as well. And even above and beyond that, right? These are things in the glass. But what else could you do as fluid? Watermelon. This is great because it has water in the title. Watermelon is about 99% fluid. It can be part of your fluid for the day. Vegetables also are very high in terms of water content, so they count. Something like a popsicle, that's frozen fluid. It counts even though you chew it instead of sipping it, and also looking at something like a very juicy fruit like an applesauce. All these things work well, and you have to do this every single day. So how do we know if we're drinking enough fluid? As I mentioned to you before, and I'm going to say it again, you have to see your pee. Again, this is for your eyes only. So when we do this and we look at this fluid chart, what do we want to see? We want to see light in color. So especially before practice, when you're going to the bathroom, is your fluid light in color and are you peeing a lot? What we don't want to see is dark in color. If you're seeing something dark in color, that means that you are not well hydrated. And you also may notice you feel more tired. Perhaps your stomach burns a little bit. Your mouth feels very, very dry. You may have a headache. All of those things mean that you're probably down a quart or more, and you have to drink enough fluid. Now that doesn't mean over drinking, but you have to drink enough each and every day, and you have to get used to that. So how do we make good hydration a habit? Well, one of the best things to do is to pair your fluid with what you eat over the course of the day. So when you wake up in the morning, go into the bathroom, brush your teeth, and have a glass of water. That's a really easy thing to do. You come downstairs and have breakfast or walk into wherever it is you're having breakfast. Maybe you're having a glass of milk or a glass of juice. At lunch, same kind of a thing, something to drink. Before practice and about an hour before practice, 20 ounces of fluid. This size bottle is what we're looking for. And after practice, at least 20 ounces for every pound that you lose. Now, that doesn't mean I want you on the scale all the time. I don't. But I want you to really get into the habit of drinking before and after. And then making sure you have liquid at dinner time and even before bed. And when you start to do that regularly, it feels more comfortable. The other thing that you need to think about is that some of you may be salty sweaters, and that means your need for electrolytes are higher, particularly looking at sodium. Now, we can do things with potassium too, eating bananas, eating other fruits, great ways to get potassium needs met. But for those of you that are salt losers, your sweat stings your eyes, you notice the grit on your skin or on your uniform, you really want to pay attention to that. So how could you do that? Salt, yeah, that works really, really well. Even something like soy sauce, that's salty. Some people use pickles, they're salty. Even cooking something like a rice or a pasta in chicken broth, that works. Or salty foods, that could be pretzels, that could be crackers. All of those things work really, really well. And if you find that you have an increased risk of cramping, what you can do is actually take a little bit of salt and add it to your sports drink. That works really, really well. So I want you to think about getting in the habit of drinking often, drinking enough, and when you think about this during sport, Here's what you want to be aware of. Number one, the fluid needs to go in your body, not on your head. This wets your hair. It won't cool you off. Number two, swallow, don't spit. We don't need the ground wet. We need our body hydrated. Number three, it is better during activity to take larger gulps rather than sips. It will leave your stomach faster and you'll actually feel more comfortable. And make sure that you don't overdrink. We don't want to do that because that's going to make you incredibly uncomfortable. It can also be dangerous. So think your drink, score with your pour so you can do more.